Let me ask you something. If you had invested just $100 5 years ago, would you regret it today? Probably not. Now flip it. If you don't invest this year, will you regret it 5 years from now? That's the real question. Most people don't avoid investing because they're broke. They avoid it because they think the amount they have is too small. $100 feels insignificant. It feels like it won't change anything. But here's what people misunderstand. $100 doesn't change your life overnight. It changes your direction. And direction is more powerful than speed. Pause and think about that. Direction is more powerful than speed. Because if you're heading the wrong way fast, you still end up in the wrong place. But if you start moving in the right direction, even slowly, you eventually get somewhere meaningful. Investing $100 is choosing direction. Now let's simplify this. What does investing actually mean? It means buying something that can grow over time. That's it. Instead of letting your money sit in a bank account doing nothing, you place it somewhere productive. When money sits idle, inflation slowly reduces its value. Prices go up every year, but your cash doesn't. Investing is how you try to stay ahead of that. Now here's where beginners get distracted. They think investing means finding the next big thing, the next company that will explode, the next viral opportunity. But that mindset is dangerous, especially when you're starting small. If you only have $100, your goal is not excitement. Your goal is survival and steady growth. Let me explain why. When you invest in a single company, you're putting all your trust in one business. If that business struggles, your money struggles. But when you invest in something broad, like an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, you're buying small pieces of hundreds of companies at once. Think about that visually. Instead of one basket, you own many baskets. That reduces risk. And reducing risk is the first step for beginners. Now imagine this. You invest your $100 today. Tomorrow it becomes $103. Feels good. Next week it drops to $97. Feels uncomfortable. Here's the important part. Both movements are normal. Markets move daily. Wealth builds yearly. Those are two completely different timelines. And if you confuse them, you'll panic. Let me ask you something else. If you plant a tree today, do you expect shade tomorrow? No. But that's how people treat investments. They expect instant results. Real investing is quiet, slow, sometimes boring. And that's actually a good sign. Because boring usually means stable. Now here's where things get powerful. $100 invested once is a start. But $100 invested consistently is a system. Imagine you invest $100 today. Then every month, you add $50. Nothing dramatic. Just consistent. After 1 year, you've invested $700 total. After 5 years, that's over $3,000 invested. And that's before growth. Now add returns on top of that. And then returns on those returns. That's compounding. Compounding doesn't look impressive in the beginning. It looks small, almost disappointing. But over time, it builds momentum. And momentum is what separates investors from spectators. Most people quit before momentum starts. They invest once. They don't see magic. They stop. But wealth isn't magic. It's repetition. Now let's make this extremely practical. If you were starting today, here's what you would do. Open a simple brokerage account. Deposit your $100. Choose a broad, low-cost ETF. Buy it. And then leave it alone. That's it. Notice how simple that sounds. Because it is. What makes investing feel complicated is noise. News headlines. Social media opinions. Market predictions. You don't need all of that in the beginning. You need discipline. Let's address fear honestly. You might be thinking, what if I lose the money? Short-term drops happen. Yes. But historically, diversified market investments trend upward over long periods. The key word is long. If you invest for weeks, you're speculating. If you invest for years, you're building. There's a difference. Now here's something deeper. The real power of investing $100 isn't the return. It's the identity shift. You stop being someone who only earns and spends. You become someone who owns. Owners think differently. They think long-term. They think about assets. They think about growth. And once that mindset forms, it spreads into other areas of your life. You start asking better financial questions. You become more intentional. And that compounds too. Now imagine two versions of you. One says, "I'll start when I have more money." The other says, "I'll start with what I have." Fast forward 5 years. Which version is further ahead? It's obvious. And the only difference was starting. Not income level. Not intelligence. Not luck. Starting. So if you've been waiting for the perfect time, this is it. Not because markets are perfect. Not because you know everything. But because you're ready to move in the right direction. Keep it simple. Start with $100. Invest in something broad. Add consistently when you can. Ignore short-term noise. Think in years, not days. And let time do what it has always done. Reward patience. This is not about getting rich quickly. It's about building slowly, quietly, intentionally, one decision at a time. And that first decision can be $100. That's how it begins.